Carlos Alexis Tonos from Tonos Latin Dance, and I'm here with Cristian Tono and Edgardo Calzada from 100 por 35 and Bomba Pa'l Pueblo. Christian is actually the director and composer of both bands, 100 por 35, which is a salsa band, and Bomba Pa'l Pueblo, which plays more folkloric music from Puerto Rico, bomba, plena, and they also do have actually batucada. Edgardo is the co-founder from Bomba Pa'l Pueblo. And we're going to be talking today a little bit about how we dance to the music and more about musicality, how we follow the different instruments. I know when we take classes, most of the time we learn 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and they teach us how to follow just one instrument. For example, follow the cowbells or follow the congas. So what happens when those instruments actually are not in play or they're going to a solo? How can we continue to keep that beat? And so that way we look good. Also, what happens to the 4 count or the 8 count for us as a dancers? Where does it go? Why don't we count it, right? And so Christian's gonna talk a little bit about the music and how the beats actually work, which instrument is the leading instrument, and how we follow it. So Christian, take it away.
Sure, thanks for having me, for having us. Basically, when we count in music, we count differently that one how dancers count, right? Dancers usually count up to 8. We musicians, at least if the music is 4x4, we usually count 4 beats. So each instrument has its own pattern in between these measures or these beats. And I want to show you real quick how the conga pattern works, so you can identify the different sounds that usually a dancer follows. So we have the seco sound, which the slap, which usually is a big indicator for the dancer, and we also have the open o el abierto. So these are the sounds that mostly a dancer follows, but so you can have a better view of how it works. You can see the whole tumbao with the pattern. So it goes 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so you notice that slap hits on the 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and in the 4 we have the 2 open tones, 3, 2, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so now you know where these sounds are and the beat. So if you translate this to the counts, it would be and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7.
So one thing that is important to measure, right? They dance, the music is written on measurements of 4, right? 4 beats. Same thing for us. The only difference is for us a full basics is actually 2 measurements of 4. So that's why we go all the way to 8. So we usually start on the first progression, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we go 5, 6, 7, and 8. That will be if you dance on 2. If you dance on 1, similar thing. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have 2 progressions. But as dancers, it's easier to make it a count of 8 than a count of 4. And if you notice, the 3 and after the 4 and the 8 don't really disappear from the music. The music has it there. So as a dancer, we actually have to keep track of it. Some of the instructors sometimes, and not all, but some instructors actually will make the mistake, and it's a common mistake of doing their counts 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and skipping that 4th and 8th count. That 4th and 8th count for salsa on 1 or on 2 when we're dancing mambo, they're still there. It's just a transition step. So when we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I like to explain it more like it's a weight transfer, but it's still there. So it's important to follow that beat and keep it up as well. So if you play again a little bit the congas,
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2.
So if you're wondering where do I start, right? You can listen to the tumbao. So do the tumbao real quick. 4 and 4 and. So that was telling me where to start. So whether I dance in 1 or 2, I can go 4 and 1, right? Or 4 and 1, 2. Okay, so that's important to know what the tumbao is within the congas. Okay, would you agree?
I agree, definitely agree. That 4 and gives you that warning that you have to begin your step on the next one or on the next beat. So depending on where you're dancing, 1 or 2, you can listen to the music and really just be with the music rather than just counting because you want to try to count and
But it will also give you a natural flow when you're dancing. So if I'm gonna dance to the congas, I'm gonna do a 2, right? And 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And notice that on the slap, I'm doing the step I like to call my marking step when I'm dancing on 2, because this is a step that I end up forward or I end up in the back. Now, if I'm gonna dance in 1, I can do the same thing, but now it will fall a little bit different within the conga rhythm. So, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you notice, the slap is still there. It's still on my second count, okay? And my tumbao guides me to that 4 and that 8. We are dancing to the beat and to the music, and the music is written with 4 beats on each section, right? The way that we dance is 1 beat is not necessarily 1 second. 1 beat is just 1 time, okay? And the music can go either faster or slower. That's why we don't call it 1 second. We call it 1 beat. So on the instrument, on the congas, you were hearing like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's because they're doing what we call an eighth of a note, which is consistently half of the time or half of a beat. Now, when we're dancing, actually, we translate that into 1 beat, another beat, a third beat, and that third beat actually lasts 2 seconds. That's why we call it quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. So quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. And it's very important to keep that in mind. It works whether you're dancing in 1 or whether you're dancing in 2. Because this is actually kind of what gives it that smooth look, okay, when we're dancing. So it basically, that 4th and the 8th count, that 3, 4 is that 2 seconds combined. And that's where you listen to be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now we're gonna move into the piano with Christian, and he's gonna talk a little about how the piano montuno works and how does it follow the music as well.
Thank you. So basically, the piano montuno can vary from song to song, but a very traditional one that we can listen to is this one. So in the count, it would be, count please. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, on the piano, if you notice, we have a progression. Each progression has 4 chords in it, and each chord lasts about 2 beats. So if you play the first chord, then so that lasts 2 beats, and the second, and then the third, and then the fourth. So if you notice, it kind of goes up in tone, 1, the second one, and the third one, and it comes back on the 4th one. So if you translate that into the count, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and bam, 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 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So if we're gonna slow it down a little bit, the piano real quick. listen the progression but slow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna do the progression real quick again, so you can see how it translates also dancing in one. 7. So now if I want to follow the piano with no congas, play the piano only. Same thing. Pam, 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 pam. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Or I can dance in 2.
2, 3,
and
and
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So it's important actually you listen the beginning on the song before you dance, so you can actually get the beat. Sometimes the piano will start, sometimes the percussion will start. So it's good for you to kind of sync yourself where the beat and the count is, right? So that's very key, very important. Don't start going to the dance floor and just start dancing like crazy. Just get with someone and kind of listen to that music, trying to find out where am I in the music, what's the beat, what's the count, and that's where you want to begin, okay? It's a very key thing. If you notice the piano, the progression, it goes up, and when it goes down, that's kind of your key to start. So you know, you go pam 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 pam. So that when it's coming, that chord coming back down, that chord right there is what helps us to determine. All right, so I'm gonna start, so I know where it is. And start and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So now we're gonna talk a little bit about the bongos and also the cowbell, and Christian's gonna explain you a little bit more about the beat and the timing for it.
So, actually the bongo is not the best instrument to follow when dancing because it's constantly changing because of many reasons. But the two main reasons is that when the bongo is playing the martillo, which sounds like this, you can also
3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
make different sounds like this. So it's not always constant like the conga, but it's still followable if you know that basic pattern, which goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So when we talk about the campana or the cowbell is actually played by the same musician that holds the bongo. So when the song reaches a climax and the chorus starts, the conga usually starts to open to the second conga, and the bongo player starts to play the cowbell like this.
So for all of you that dance in one, usually this is the main sound that you try to follow. But what happens is, like Christian is telling you, is not present at all time. You know? So it's a combination between the bongo and the cowbell. They're gonna be switching back and forth when they're gonna be playing, and that makes it a little bit harder to be able to follow it consistently because it's not present all the time. It's not that you cannot follow it, but it requires a little more of your expertise of managing the timing when you're dancing.
I feel that it's better to know how the pattern of the conga and the bongo work as one, so you can have a general feel always of what's going on. The conga always has that bass pattern with the bongo, And also when the bongo is opening for different slaps or improvisation to follow or make some I don't know
Yeah, so arrangements or decorations
for the arrangement for the musical arrangement, so you can actually follow that. So let's play a little bit of martillo and the conga pattern for you. 1, 2, 3. So that way you can see how they integrate with each other.
So and it's very key. I mean, you can actually follow if you play the martillo again slowly.
1 and 2
and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So the hitting the bongo is very similar regarding the conga. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's that beat is right there. Now, if you want to learn how to start listening to the martillo, if you play it again real quick, that is the sound that I'm looking for. That will tell me that's the 4th or 8th count. 4, 4. So I want to start, whether it's in 1 or 2, I will wait for it. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing with dancing with 1. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So it's key that you're able to recognize both different sounds from the conga and the martillo. Because the congas will do the tumbao. And so do it real quick.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Boom, boom. So that's your indication to start. And the bongo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now we're gonna open it to the cowbell real quick. So on the cowbell, if you notice, play the cowbell by itself real quick. So that pop, 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 that's when it's telling you to step on your 1. Okay?
And 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Dot, dot, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Dot, dot, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Dot, dot, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, it's key that you understand how those instruments integrate with each other and play with each other within the music. Well, there you have it, guys. And that's a very oversimplistic explanation of how we can follow the different instruments when we dance. If you notice, we focus a lot on the percussions instrument more than anything else, because that's really what marks the beat when we dance. It's kind of the most consistent ones that allow us to follow it to dance. When we social dance, it's very important that it's about the music. So there's no right or wrong regarding if you want to switch from one or to two. The music stays the same. The rhythm stays the same. What changes is us, where we want to dance within the music and how we interpret it. So if you're comfortable dancing in two and then you just want to follow the melody and switch to one, you can do that. If you want to follow more the instruments and you want to change from one to two, you can do that as well. The key thing is recognizing those instruments and how do they work together, and listen to the music as a whole. It's very important. We're not dancing to just the congas or just the bongos or just the clave. We're dancing to the music as a whole. The same goes for the musician. So when we dance, think yourself as we're part of the music, we're part of the band. You just see us, you don't hear us. So same concept. Just be mindful of the music, be mindful of the rhythm, and just enjoy it. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Edgardo, for being with us today and your explanation. If you want to follow Christian, you can follow them at 100 por 35.
Salsa 100 por 35 and Facebook and Instagram.
So thank you very much, guys, for your time. And if you're more interested, you can follow me also on Tonos Latin Dance on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. And I'm going to be posting there some more videos of different explanations for social dancing, as well as how to do different patterns or step, proper leading, proper following. So just, if you like this video, click like and follow us.